Jerome Altman. I am the director of the Exodus Drum and Bugle Corps. One of the greatest things that I found is that music is always an encouragement and uplifting, and gives the kids a chance to do great things in the community.
Once again, here at Exodus Institute, 816 North Laramie, Chicago, Illinois, and we're on fire over here today. It's Wednesday. We started at 12 o'clock and we had a very wonderful discussion going on in the neighborhood, in our community, and what was happening. We're going to have a meeting over here December the 3rd, and it's going to be at 10 o'clock. And the whole community need to come out and hear what's going on in the neighborhood and the community about these new apartments and the rentals and the stores, and to open up. We need the block clubs to come out and discuss what's going on in our neighborhoods. I happen to have on my right a woman from the neighborhood and from the community, Miss Eastley, and she's here to discuss some of the things that's on her heart and what's going on in the neighborhood and the community, and some political things that she'd like to discuss. And you can introduce yourself and say what you want.
Hello, everybody. My name is, or I am P.R.I.P. of Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem, Sundays at 5 p.m. on WVON 1690 AM Chicago. You can find us live on the iHeartRadio app, as well as Facebook Live and Facebook Live on the Black Excellence Hours page, as well as the WVON page. My show is a show about political abolitionists. I call myself a political abolitionist. And the reason I call myself a political abolitionist is because I grew up hyper-political over here on the west side of Chicago. My father was a big-time political organizer. And that's different than an activist, because the activists are mostly out on the street doing the grassroots work. The work that my father did was very policy-driven. He was the chairman of the Circle Family Healthcare Group. They put clinics here. So he was a solution-driven individual over here in the Austin community.
And you've taken
well, this is all I know. Yeah, this is all I know, right? This is a family event. On Saturdays, we would go to the NAACP office. He was the first vice president there. I hung out with Congressman Danny Davis. I would get out of school and go from my school. I went to Whitney Young. I would go from Whitney Young to the congressman's office over there on Holman to help out with the Ownership Wealth program, which was an initiative by the Congressional Black Caucus to increase black home ownership by 1 million between 2000 and 2010. So I was very active in that as a teenager, which is why I have this show, because in 2016 I left the country and I moved to Africa to go into this political, the motherland, to the Republic du Senegal. So I went to Senegal, picked up French. I took my 4-year-old with me. I put her in school there. But the reason I left the Austin community and went to O'Hare and took a plane over to the other side of the Atlantic is because of the piss poor job that the Obama administration was doing and Rahm Emanuel. And so when I thought about that, it was for me rooted in housing. If you remember, they used to put those red X's on the building and tear them down very rapidly. So that psychologically bothered me, because when I was in high school, I was trying to get people in housing. We doing housing seminars, we booking events, we doing conferences, and now y'all playing in our faces, right? There was nothing wrong with those structures at all. People were already living in them, but it was a depopulation campaign. And so when I saw that the Obama administration was actively funding this campaign in Chicago, Rahm didn't pay for those bulldozers himself. Barack Obama did. So when I figured all of that out, and then I found out that Rahm was the CHA chair, which is why they tore down the projects and hoarded hundreds of millions of dollars for decades while we were over here being terrorized. You know, I mean, it was just a mess. So I couldn't take it once. Once you know, right? What do they say? To be a conscious Negro is to be enraged, right? So I'm enraged. I said, I can't take this. I go to Africa. And so I'm in Senegal and I'm doing my thing. I'm speaking, like I said, I got contracts, my baby's doing good, we're going to the beach. And then I saw that Donald Trump was running for president. And so I said, okay, Trump is running, what's this about? So one of the reasons, too, that I left the country is because it was very difficult for me to find full-time employment under the Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act stated that if an employer gave you a schedule with 30 hours, they were obligated to also give you health care. So the employers were only given 29.5-hour schedules, which meant you had to work 2 29.5-hour jobs to get 1 full paycheck. So now you're working 59 hours a week and you still don't have health care, so you have to pay the fine. I said, I'm not doing that. I would rather move overseas and take my foreign income exclusion and let all of this pass. So Trump comes, you know, I come back to the States because I knew that money would be moving and circulating because a businessman was going to be in play. And so I came back, I started doing really well with that. And then I happened to be on a blog in the middle of the night, and they said that they were having a Sunken Place Coon Festival. A Sunken Place Coon Festival. So you see your face, I had the same look. So I clicked the link, and I saw that they were having a meeting, and Ben Carson was going to be there. So I said, okay, let me see if they're still accepting people at this meeting, and if they are, I'm going to go, because this administration talks a lot of trash about our city, and we're dealing with federal housing mismanagement. Right. So if Carson's going to be there, somebody got to tell Carson, because obviously the message is not getting through. So I applied to go to the conference.
He's a medical doctor.
He's a genius. He's a genius. He's a genius. And let me tell you what he did. Nope, you can't listen to that mainstream media. You have to read it for yourself, which is why Black Excellence Hour exists. Dr. Carson did his part, and I'm going to tell you what he did. So I applied to go to the conference. They accepted me. 2 days later, I get an email that says, the President of the United States requests your presence in the East Room. Please RSVP with Secret Service. And I'm like, whoa, Trump want to see me. So I, fill out the email. They send me some money. I go to the White House. I walk dead into Dr. Carson as soon as I walk in the door. Dr. Carson, hello, I am, I'm me, I'm P.R.I.P.S, and I'm here to talk to you. You're the reason I'm standing here. I'm here because this administration talks a lot of trash about my city, and it needs to stop right now. Keep us out y'all mouths if y'all don't have anything nice to say about us, because we're dealing with federal housing mismanagement. And you, sir, are the HUD secretary. So you got all the power to save us. You do your part, we'll do our part. We're the children of Mississippi cotton pickers. Nobody's tougher than us. Nobody's going to outwork us, okay? You do your part, we'll take care of ourselves. He started laughing, then he said, I'm from Detroit, so you're right. But the main issue, which brings us back to our previous guest, is that the aldermanic prerogative made it so that aldermen could veto any developments that they did not want in their wards. So this is why, even though they demolished the projects, they didn't rebuild them, because all of the aldermen said, no, not in my ward. So that increases housing discrimination and housing segregation. So Dr. Carson said that Chicago is the most important city in the country. So this is why they talk so much about Chicago. And the main goal of the Trump administration was to get rid of that aldermanic prerogative. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, thank you, Dr. Carson. Trump gets on the stage, and if you ever listen to Black Excellence Hour, I start every show with a clip from this speech. It was the best pro-Black speech I ever heard in my life. And then when it came down to the media to report it, he said, Black people, and I started my show with this, you all built this country. I mean, everybody has something to do with it, but you all did the majority of the work, and it's time for you to get some credit. You deserve a government that's going to work with you to give you safe communities, but it's the left that's trying to wreck, ruin, and destroy our nation. He says this every week. I play this to Black Chicago so that they can know that the media was lying about him just like they lie about us, okay? It was just, now everybody knows that fake media is fake. Anyway, I digress. So I come back and I go back to my political group, right? Because again, I grew up with all these politicians. When I was in college, I would go during my breaks and volunteer in their offices so I can do their typing and their writing, their filing, and build personal relationships with them. So I come back and I'm like, yo, I went to the White House and he ain't that bad. I heard him from myself, it wasn't that bad. They like, boo, throwing tomatoes on me, get off the stage. So I'm like, all right, no, this came from I'll tell you in a minute. But so I'm like, okay, cool, I'm not gonna beg you to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So that evolved into us doing Black Chicago for Trump. And Black Chicago Trump for Trump was a lot of fun. We built together some grassroots people. It's funny, we had a Trump fish fry, a Black Chicago for Trump fish fry, and Antifa was calling me, and they like, we gonna come, and we gonna shut your event down, and we gonna blow you up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is a Black Chicago event. The headlines on CNN are gonna say, Black Chicago stomps out Antifa. Is that what y'all want to go around the country? Because if you come to my event, I got some black men waiting on you, and they didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? So they know what they're doing, and they are a terrorist organization that are used to intimidate people and keep them in one spot. And I think that that's the ultimate form of racism, because then it just keeps black people within the same victimized box that we have dealing with the political system that has not benefited us.
Well, I'm so glad you're here speaking the truth.
Yes, sir. This is what I do on my show.
Informing the people on what's happening.
So that was before Lori got elected. So Lori got elected, went to the White House, seen the same people I saw, came back, opened the city council for the first time and said, no more automatic prerogative. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what Dr. Carson told me that they were going to do. So this is why we have a development like this going up on Chicago Avenue in Laramie with 78 units, because now CHA has to divvy out all that money to all 50 wards. So, and on one hand, it sounds really good because now they're going to start spending the CHA money. But on the flip, now we over here that live over here get a 78 unit development in our neighborhoods, right? And this is what everybody was trying to avoid. So we have to come to a center space in that, because low-income people definitely deserve a space to live, but the rights and privileges of the homeowners in the area have to be respected.
And I understand some of those homeowners, you know, food has been very high, and a lot of the homeowners now, they're in their backyard growing greens and all kind of tomatoes and onions and whatever they possibly can. And there's a lot of gardens over here in the Austin area. And I heard you mention earlier that those gardens might be raided, getting all of these people in this new complex area.
Yes.
They may come and decide, instead of going to the store, and we don't have that many as it is, but you got these greens growing in your backyard.
And they've been watching them grow.
And they watch them grow, and they know that they're organic, and they can just come and grab. Help themselves in your hard work that you put out for that garden. So, like I said earlier, December the 3rd at 10 o'clock, we're going to be here at Exodus, and we're going to be discussing some of these things and some of these issues in our neighborhood and our community. And, you know, you shouldn't be hid behind that radio with the beauty that you happen to have, that you have came and put on this TV for us today.
Thank you.
You need to come and speak more often, because you have brought some truth. And you have to be kind of careful when you speak the truth, because, you know, Kanye West and some more, you know, they all got shut down by speaking the truth. That's why they were throwing the tomatoes and different things.
So the thing with me is what scares everybody, like even during this last governor's election, Obama, Biden, and Kamala came here because I'm on WVON telling people, put on your gym shoes, tie them up real tight, and run away from these people as fast as you can. Okay, these people have absolutely nothing for us. Do you know that the Illinois State House passed a law that said that your little girl, my little girl, any little girl that is fertile, which means she got her first period, she can go to Cook County Hospital and get a free abortion. They're not going to call you. They're not going to tell you what happened. They're going to send that baby back to the house bleeding, right? But if that same little girl was going on a trip to the pumpkin patch and you didn't sign her permission slip, she can't get on the bus. If she was at the school and she fell down and broke her arm, they can't reset it until they call you. But they can go and play with her fertility using tax dollars without calling the mamas. So this is what I put out there, right? Because we look at it in the sense of political parties when we should be looking at the morality of our people. Because a lot of times we are blindly following things that do not align with who we are as a people. But because this liberal party has told us, if you don't agree with us, we're going to cancel cancel you. And you don't agree with us, we're going to take all your friends. And you know, who cares? There are 8 billion people on the planet. You will meet other people who are aligned with you. Stand up for who and what you are about. And I can say very unequivocally that the Democratic Party here in Chicago has broke my heart. And so I'm trying to gather up all the heartbroken people, and we out of here, just like Harriet was. You know, so I call myself a political abolitionist because my people deserve better than this.
You know, you've been to the motherland, and you've been ordained, whether you know or not. And you've come home to sit back and to liberate your people here. And they need to hear you. You know, not just on your radio station, but give that information out again on the radio station. And we're going to invite you to come back here once again to come and speak these things and tell that truth. But give that information.
Okay, again, that is Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem, Sundays at 5 p.m. on WVON 1690 AM Chicago. You can find us live on the radio as well as the iHeartRadio app and Facebook Live on the Black Excellence Hours Facebook page and the WVON's page. So we are, during the show is on, not only are we doing on the radio, but there's 2 other conversations happening on Facebook Live, and we have a lot of fun. So you would think because I have a very right-wing show on WVON, it would not get the love that I'm getting, but because my message is a right-wing message, but it's also a very Friedman message, it's the most West Side message on the planet, you know what I'm saying, because I like living over here. I was sharing with some women that I just met, some wonderful women. I work in finance full-time. That's my real job. And so when I'm on the trade floor, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he said, hey, you have a good job now. You don't have to live over there. You can move out here with us, or you can move downtown. I mean, why are you there? I said, hey, Tom, check it out. I like to make black-eyed peas and smoked turkey tails. So if I come and I move to Algonquin with you, where am I about my turkey tails? And he said, oh, well, what are turkey tails? I said, and that's why I can't live in your neighborhood. And we not going to tell you because we told y'all about oxtails and y'all done ate us out of house and home, right? Y'all done priced us out. So we have to be very confident about our area and what we own. Like my mama and daddy met in 1969 at Hess Upper Grade Center, okay? They got married in 1982 and they had me in 1987. I'm their first baby. When they graduated from college, both my parents have college degrees, they moved back to the West Side. And they said the reason that we live on the West Side and not west of Austin Boulevard is because white water not wetter, white ice not colder. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we have to find the value in this space. Where we are right here on the west side of Chicago is some of the most valuable land in the entire world. The entire planet, but we allow outsiders to come in and damage our self-esteem and make us believe that where we are is not valuable, only for us to go out there and move into these floodplains, and then they want to come and eat and live in our brick buildings. And no, we can't accept that. You know, a lot of times too, on VON, when we have a lot of these glitterati figures who want to come on and try to check me, I'm like, you ain't shame? Yeah. You ain't shame. You've been in charge all this time, and these are all our results, and you still stand up as if you were a hero. Boo! Get off the stage. You know, I called that on my show.
Got the hook, baby.
Yeah, I got the hook, the Sandman hook. What I call it on my show is Jerry Curl politics, right? Because we all know that a Jerry Curl is played out. Oh, yeah. So these are played out politics. We don't want to do no more Jerry Curl politics, okay? We see that Jerry Curl politics have gotten us where they have made our people move to Iowa, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Texas, all these random spots, but they're busing people into the city of Chicago and helping them find housing with our tax dollars. We can't eat that. I mean, we can sit around and talk about it, but the power that we have is through our politics and how we make this work. Because if we go for this next presidential election and say, you know what, Biden, you bogus, for every single thing, do you know, and I know I don't have a lot of time, but the open border directly affects the west side of Chicago because the cartel has, and Time Magazine has written about this extensively, the cartel has set up their American headquarters right here on the west side of Chicago, and the reason that they chose the west side of Chicago is for 3 reasons. Number 1, our access to transportation. So, you know, we got the expressways, we got the, you know, we're close to both airports, the L's, the buses, and the airports, okay? The West Side is perfect for that. The second thing is the high black male unemployment. The third thing is our sanctuary city status. Now, out of the three things there, the thing that we can change the quickest is our sanctuary city status, right? We can do that. We can get that on the referendum. We can tell everybody, go vote this out so we can save ourselves, so the kids can stop seeing people nodding. You know what I'm saying? Do you all know that over 90% of the heroin in this country is trafficked at a little village? Over 90%. They are selling $1 billion of heroin a year. This is how they're able to come and buy houses for cash. We have to be very, very, very aware of what we have, and we got to understand that we're not helpless, we're not pitiful, we're not victimized, we're just unorganized. But once we get organized and understand who we are and understand that everything in this country is for us and us first, from sea to shining sea, for us first, before anybody eat a piece of the American sweet potato pie, because they say American apple pie, but it's a sweet potato pie because it's ours. Before they eat a piece of this American sweet potato pie, we gonna eat first. Now, and we have a spot at every single table that's set, because a lot of people will say to me, like when I went to DC, I'm not gonna say his name, but one of the politicians over here pulled me to the side and he said, "I'm so glad you went." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because if you wasn't there, we wouldn't have had no representation. And I know if you were there, you were handling West Side business." I said, "You know I was." So we gotta have a spot at every single table, every single meeting. We gotta have somebody there talking about West Side business. Ain't no more, that's for white folks or that's for them. No, everything for us. And we gotta come, and we gotta come greedy.
And you know, we're getting ready to have Thanksgiving. And you know what you need to be discussing. You've heard it here. You need to discuss these things while you're eating the turkeys and the sweet potato pies, or you brothers might be eating the bean pies. But whatever the case is, this discussion needs to be going on in your families and in the communities. And once again, December the 3rd, 10 o'clock in the morning, right here at Exodus, we're going to have that discussion here to solve some of these problems. And like you said, this is DuSable's founded this city. And it is the heart of Chicago. Even it's a spiritual realm where they call Chicago the heart chakra of the United States. It's something special about Chicago. You know, and the Indians and all of us, this is a melting pot, what we happen to have here. And to be a black person in this city, and DuSable being the founder, I feel so fortunate and gifted. And I want to thank you, and I hope you come out again soon.
Thank you. Y'all have me anytime. Okay. You got a question?
We're back once again, and I have another guest here at Exodus Institute. This brother came over here. He's from the south side of Chicago. He's from the Emmett Till community. And he's bringing us some more hot topic information and some graphic information also. And I happen to have here Mr. Dennis. And Mr. Dennis, would you pick that mic up and introduce yourself and your organization and what you do, sir?
My name is Dennis Ward. I'm a CGI illustrator and graphic designer and also photographer. I did photojournalism in South Street Journal back in the 90s. I worked on the Freedom Now Center board. I've been on the, also the art director of Inner City Youth. Also as the art director of Inner City Youth. Worked with them since 95. Family entertainment. Did a rendering of a family entertainment project. And I've been doing CGI work for quite a bit. I became fascinated with the CGI illustration when it was popular in the video game industry. And I started drawing in CGI.
I see you have here some active technology that would help fight that corona or the COVID and different things.
Yes.
Are you wearing a piece around your neck now?
Yes, I'm wearing a piece around my neck. A business partner of mine, I used to work at Bob Center. Thanks, Steve Millhouse.
Can we zoom in on that piece if you can move your... Right there on it.
Hold the mic close to you.
This piece he's wearing, it's a device that fights the coronavirus and I think other flus and other...
This design, now this piece here I wear on my neck is 20 times more powerful than the cloth mask that you're wearing. It's a personal air. Me and my business associates, we call it the digital mask. You can wear this at the mall, at the church. You could be at the theme park with your children. You could be at the movie theater. Anybody around you got COVID-19, you will not catch it. I give you a testimony from a business associate. He works downtown in Loop in a glass skyscraper, somewhere in the Loop.
Okay.
His co-workers had the COVID-19 working in these cubicles, shoulder to shoulder. They had it, and he did not catch it. Just been proving how these things work. He did not catch COVID-19 because he had this around his neck. It worked.
So are those expensive? What you
Well, these cost, to get one of these is $100. All you pay is $100.
$100, and you can be protected
to get you a digital mask
from the COVID, from this new stuff they got coming out.
There's a new variant coming out. The COVID is coming back, y'all, so be prepared for it. Get your digital mask. Get ready for it.
Now, do you have something that would go into like, to cover a hall like this or a house or something else?
We got the Air Surface Pro. The Air Surface Pro is designed for the business or residence.
Put it up on the camera.
You could be a church owner, a CEO, or you got your office. This protects you. It cleans germs and environments around you in your house or your office or your establishment. You can have a club, restaurant, church. The Air Surface Pro cleans up the germs in your area.
So
you can run your business establishment without catching the COVID.
You're saying a restaurant. How many people in a restaurant, say maybe 50 people, would it cover that?
It'll cover a restaurant. It'll cover the restaurant and the patrons.
How about a church with maybe 100?
It'll cover a church with 100 congregation.
So what is the distance? Do you have a radius of what it would actually cover? Say a hall like we have here, and we have enough stairs.
It'll cover this room right here.
And so we would have to have another one upstairs?
Yes, you have to have another one.
Can you give us a price on this big one you got here?
This big one is $1,200. My dad got stock of them over there at his house. We got it. He's a distributor as well.
So this is called the COVID Eliminator. And I see there seems to be one in between.
And we also have one for the car, especially spending time working for Uber or Lyft. You got one for your car. If you spend time working in this transportation, that's $150. The one that would work for the car.
So would it also cover?
It purifies the car while you
van also?
I give you an example. If you work in Uber or you work in Lyft, you have a client to get in the car which you got the COVID-19 and he's sitting in the car, you will not catch it because they clear that up. They stop the germ from getting to you.
Give out that phone number where they can contact you, or there's an email or something that you could give them so that they could contact you if they wanted to get something, or especially those Uber drivers, man.
And you can contact me at 312-315-8651. And you can go to Barola.com. Anybody wants to be a distributor. We're looking for distributors too. Y'all want to be distributor, you can go to...
I see someone out there ready now to be a distributor. There you go. You have a comment. Can we get her a mic?
Need a mic. I got it down now.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, how does that work? Do we have a HIPAA filter? I mean, how does it work?
It's a combination of air purifier and a germ killer.
Okay.
These machines came straight from the International Space Station.
Oh, okay.
The astronauts use it because there's no air up there.
Right.
It's like an air ventilator.
Okay.
When you have one of these machines in your house, it's getting all the germs in your house. If you burn something in there, it's gonna clear it up. If you got a strong odor, it's gonna clear it up.
So you don't have to change the filter?
I'll give you an example. If children coming home from school and they got the cold and the flu, you will not catch it. If the UPS man come to your house in your vestibule dropping off some UPS package and you got the COVID-19, you will not catch it. If a guest comes by your house and got the COVID-19, you will not catch it.
They will not get in.
It'll clear it up.
Oh,
That's
well.
what I'm asking. Do you have to ever change your filter? I mean, how long does this last?
Yeah, you do have to maintain it, but we got in my back office, they show you how to maintain the machine.
So how often would you have to change that filter? Is it once a month or?
It's probably about every couple of months.
Every 90 days.
Every 90 days or
Every
so?
90 days, something like that.
Oh, okay, that sounds pretty reasonable. How much are those filters? They're not expensive, are they?
We sell the machine itself.
How much is the big one?
The what?
I think you said the big one was 300?
The big machine called the Air Surface Pro. It's about $1,200.
1,200.
1,200.
Oh,
How much space does it cover?
Huh?
The square footage.
Square footage it covers.
It's covered.
The what?
the square footage.
Yeah.
It covers like a good living room. It covers the whole house if you get the doors open and throughout the house.
So to go through the bedrooms and all that, you sit it in the center of the house.
Yeah, it's in the house like in your living room.
We have somebody ready to
How's
purchase
the
one.
sales going on? Because I never heard of it, never saw it until today. How's the sales?
Sales coming pretty good. Everybody buying these. They buying these up.
Yeah,
Just want to get these because they tired of the cloth masks.
I have seen them. I saw them basically at different conventions that.
I got some more information for you. We were just at the Black Women's Expo this past summer. We had a booth display over at the Black Women's Expo.
So.
My peers and my business associates, they set that up.
So some of these families out here, some of you have been divided. I made a comment earlier about somebody coming over that has COVID, coming over for Thanksgiving. I wouldn't let them in. There's some questions about certain family members being vaccinated or not being vaccinated. So if you got one of these right here, you won't have to worry about that because you'll have your house covered and protected. Let your family come over. You all enjoy Thanksgiving dinner and have a wonderful time. This is something that's getting us back to normal. Stop fighting with your relatives and questioning them about.
And I also have a
all of
number.
that
I
stuff.
also have a direct number y'all can reach. Y'all want to really get your Air Surface Pro because we had 3 in stock.
Okay, give us that number.
That number is 773-420-8957.
In case they weren't ready, give it to them one more time.
And I'll repeat again. The number is 773-420-8957.
And he's also looking for people to do this as a business. Become a distributor of these things to help the family and the community. You know, this that $100 piece ain't bad. Do it affect, say if I had a pacemaker or something, you know, would it bother that? Because it did come from...
No, I won't bother you. You got a pacemaker.
All right, you know, I don't want to go out there.
Anybody the astronaut. Anybody the astronauts
Be out there. Somebody go out there and buy one and put it on granddaddy's neck and granddaddy go.
Oh, granddaddy gonna be doing real good.
Oh, is that good?
I've got.
Well, Mr. Brown there. Mr. Brown, I think we done found it.
See, we got a team member who's a minister.
Okay.
He got real sick, almost borderline on his deathbed. The machine saved him.
Saved his life.
Saved his life.
So this, once again, this machine seems to be doing some wonderful
And
things.
we meet out in Chicago Heights, like every other Saturday of the month.
What time?
I'd say around 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
12 o'clock. You're going to pass that address out, or is this for distributors or just for
I would
everyone?
give it my peers and have them reach out to, because I want to fix some team members.
Okay.
We got a growing team. They want, and our top priority in our organization, they want more distributors to come out.
So, once again, we want to thank you, Mr. Dennis. Is there anything that you want to say? You want to give out that address so that we can all come out there and get one of these things to go around our neck, or get one for grandma and granddad? Get one for me.
We got about 6 of them in stock at our house. You know, you're ready to buy them. Let me know you're ready to go and get them. We can get it. We got them.
So, did you bring any other than the one you got around your neck today?
Any promotional copies?
I'll bring some out next time. Next Wednesday after Thanksgiving, I'll bring some out. They're ready to buy them.
So he'll be back.
What about layaway?
We don't do layaway.
You don't lose if you lay away.
We got a payment plan.
You won't give it to them.
Oh, well, they don't do layaway, but they got payment plans. You know.
A payment plan
Yeah. So for the $300, for the $100, you don't need a layaway for that, do you?
Yeah.
For the
Maybe
$100?
somebody, I'm trying to help them get a sale.
Oh, okay.
If you get 4 layaways, you sell one.
$25? $25 a week, or
No, you got $100 you grab it.
you got $100, you get it.
You get it. You got 6 of them in stock.
And them 6 might be gone by the time you get to that. By the time you get to that 10th month. Come on, we have it. Come on.
No, I was just gonna ask them, do you have, cause I'm out here on the street all the time.
Oh, okay.
Like literature and information about that. I mean, it's a cool idea. I like it and stuff. And yeah, cause I don't like wearing masks. I mean, I have to sometimes. But that do seem like it's more convenient. You ain't spending all your money buying.
You're not covering up your face. You have it around your neck. It's an Air Surface Pro, and it protects you with a 5-foot radius from head to toe. You could be at the mall, the grocery store, you could be at church, you could be at the theme park with the children. You don't have to worry about catching no one else's germs. I don't care. COVID-19, or SARS, or just plain old flu.
So we'll get you that information, and we're going to make sure that you leave some of this information here at Exodus. And once again, I want to thank Mr. Brother Dennis for coming out and explaining this. Thank you.
Yes, sir! I got a friend!
It's been too lonely. Yes, sir! Not afraid to die. 'Cause now I know what's over there. That old sky. It's been a long, long time coming round, but I know a change gon' come. That's the background, that's it. It's been too hard living. I'm not afraid to die. It's too rich. Oh yeah. I know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long summer long time coming, but I know.
Oh yeah. Guess what? You wind up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, every time that I thought I could last for long. No, 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 it's hard sometimes, that's it. Wouldn't last for long. But I keep telling myself I'm gonna hold on. It's been a long, long, long time coming. But I know, one of these mornings, a change gonna come.
Test it, 1 2 1 2. Test it, 1 2.
I will change. A change gonna come. One of these mornings, it won't be long. You gonna look for me. I'm gone.
We over here at Exodus, over here on Laramie and Chicago Avenue. We so glad and proud that we are part of change. We need change in the world. You know, I woke up this morning, I didn't have a mind to smoke rocks. I looked in my closet, I looked in my cabinet, I looked in my dresser drawer, and I saw some rocks in there. So I put them on my finger. And the voice of the Lord told me, he said, don't you feel better to have rocks on your finger than rocks in your mind? And I told him, I said, I'm so grateful that you delivered me from smoking rocks and gave me a mind to wear from rocks. Yes, sir, that's what it's about. You know, you got to change. What they call it, your value system got to change. You know, I used to value getting high every day, 24/7. You know, but now look at me now. I'm a part of the solution. You know, we got to be a part of the solution, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we got to stop accepting the downs, because when we accept the downs, we'll be down. And those who deny the humanity of others, they lose their own. So we got to stop allowing the enemy to make you feel less than. You are a part of a big scheme of life. You are a son of the living God, not the God that is not living. We talking about the living God. So we got to know that. So anything that your heart desire, you got to put your mind on it. See, positive mental attitude is what we got to have.
That's right.
You know, you got to stop thinking less of yourself and more of somebody else. You know, it don't work like that. You got to love ye one another as Jesus loved the world. He gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
That's right.
So we got to love, y'all. Don't hate, participate, and congratulate each other. Don't hate. I say don't hate. I say participate, congratulate each other, and start practicing group economics. Open up some businesses, open up stores, open up and buy from each other, spend with each other, open up stores, grocery stores.
All right, we're live here at Exodus Institute, 816 North Laramie, Chicago, Illinois. And we're not doing the live show today, but we do have some guests that are coming on, and we're going to tape this, and it will be presented later. And right now, I happen to have an angel here with us. And yes, and so we're going to get her to introduce herself and the product or whatever it is that she wants to bring to the table. And I'm sorry we only have the one mic today, because our lead video person and didn't show up today. They're a little under the weather. So we're going to have to share the mic.
Thank you for having me. My name is Angel Sanders. It's no problem about the mic, by the way. But yeah, thank you for having me. I am a healthcare worker at Good Neighbor Campaign, Westside Health Authority. I am not selling any products today. I am trying to bring to the community access to healthcare and get them connected to services. I'm specifically helping people who are uninsured, people who don't have that personal health literacy. I'm here to help them understand more about what's going on in the healthcare system, due to the fact that a lot of times people in underdeveloped communities or low-income communities, Black people, we have a mistrust with the healthcare system. And I'm just here to let people know that I'm here for them to help them get navigated through that. I'm not forcing anybody to go to the doctor, but I'm just trying to make sure people are aware that it's resources out here where you don't have to pay expensive doctor fees, especially if you don't have health insurance. It could be pretty expensive going in there and having to pay out of pocket for your doctor visit, even if your doctor don't even tell you what's wrong. So with my program, I can just ensure that you will get that good service and get connected to them. That's all I'm here to let people know about. I'm not selling a thing. I'm helping people get that agency over their body, over their health. One of my mottos is health is wealth, because we all want to be wealthy. We all want to have money, but we forget about our health. So that's why I say that the health is the new wealth, because having that agency to know like what's going in our bodies, how we take care of our bodies, that's making us be able to show our children that, and that can go into mental health. It can also reduce violence. Health is the new wealth, basically, and that's all I came to say tonight, or today.
Okay, I do have, oh yeah, let's give her a nice round of applause, because we definitely need our health taken care of. And everybody don't have insurance, like you mentioned, and matter of fact, it's even high for some of us that have insurance and everything. I'm diabetic, and it was so high for my insulin. For me to get insulin to take and everything, I had to get, and I got Medicare, and I got this other program, and to still, it was so high, I had to get on a program to help me get my insulin that I needed for my diabetes. Now, on this program that you happen to have, is there an age limit, or is there anything that you have to have? Do you have to have Medicaid, or can you get it if you don't have anything, or if you're working a job and you may have some cheap insurance, or you may be working a job that don't cover you up under insurance? Can you elaborate upon some of those things?
Those are all really good questions. So unfortunately, my program is based around certain criterias, but that's because in 2020, when that pandemic hit, it just became more apparent to the people like in Chicago's Loop that the Chicago's West Side has such a decline in numbers of people. So basically in the Chicago's West Side, people life expectancy is 70, and in Chicago's Loop is 82, and they finally saw that difference, even though we already knew that as a community, we knew that already. But now this program has come into place so that people who are on Medicaid, these are the requirements, by the way. You have to be on Medicaid or you have to be uninsured. You also have to have a certain zip code, which is the West Side areas. You have to have a chronic illness, so diabetes is one. It could be mental health, mild depression, asthma, substance use disorder, and a few others. If you have multiple, that's great. Well, not great, but that still will qualify you for the program. And lastly, you have to be wanting to go to one of our medical homes. We have partners that have already agreed to taking in people who are uninsured or on Medicaid, and will help them work through whatever they need to work through. So you have to go to the doctors that we assign you to. So if you already have a medical home, you have to be willing to switch to one of ours. But we do have good partners, and I'm here to make sure that you feel comfortable. So yeah.
All right. We're getting some good information over here today. But there's a group of people over here on this west side too that don't have homes. They don't have an address. They're kind of out on the streets. And I was glad to hear you say something about mental health. They may not have the Medicaid or whatever. They may have a mental illness that's preventing them from getting all those necessary things. Is there any way that you could reach out to those people? A lot of them live up under, I want to say the viaducts or whatever the case may be, but they're not in shelters or anything, and it's kind of hard for them to receive some of this information and different things because of their living conditions. Do you all reach out to them any kind of way, by car or whatever the case may be?
Okay, so apparently there's 44,000 people that's uninsured, and I'm looking for all of them. So to get that information right now was great for me. I'm looking for those people that are homeless, because those are the people that I want to touch the most. The people that's on Medicaid, they're usually assigned a medical home already anyway. Not that I'm just neglecting them, but I'm really looking for those homeless people, because those are the people who need the resources the most. No, I have not got under those viaducts yet, but I also just got comfortable in my position. But I do see myself in the future getting out there and connecting with those homeless people, because that is where I need to be the most. So I think that's who needs me the most and needs these services the most. So to answer that question, homeless people are definitely the main target for this program.
Not only is her name Angel, but she's actually doing a work of an angel, helping the people in our community. And like she said, being new on it, but she is getting ready to reach out to some of those that don't have no hope. And so she's bringing hope in different things. And the fashion that she happened to have on today, if you all could see these nails that she happened to have on, I mean, I'm just sitting here. She's got show them them nails. Show that nail with the heart on it. She's got a heart on it. And then, can you focus in on that purse for a minute? It's something that this purse says. You know, so this is real, what she has and what she's offering to us in this community. You happen to have some flyers and some phone numbers and some different things to contact her. And for those that don't happen to have a phone, you can come on down here at Exodus and get a phone too. We happen to have some people here that you heard the phone ring. That was them letting you know that you could come and get a phone. We want the people up under those viaducts and everywhere to come to Exodus 816 right now and get you a tablet and a phone. Would you read out some of that information that you have over there? You want me to hold the mic?
I can hold it. Thank you. So as he said, you can come to Exodus as well, but if you also need to reach out to me, you can reach me at 773-786-0249. That's Westside Health Authority. Again, it's 773-786-0249. You can also email me at asanders@healthauthority.org. And if you do not have a phone or email, we are located, one second, I'm so sorry. Yes, but we have multiple locations on Division, so I want to get that right address. So it's 5437 West Division, and they will direct you right up to me. So I look forward to interacting and connecting with you all in the community.
We have an angel here on earth, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Give her a nice round of applause. And we're so thankful that you came out with us today and gave all of this lovely information. And keep coming back. Thank you. Hi, once again, we're here at Exodus Institute, and we're coming back because we got some special things that we're going to be doing for the seniors. And it will not be here at Exodus, but it's going to be over at one of Westside Health Authority's facilities. And we happen to I have a lovely guest over here. She's going to introduce herself and then tell when and where this set is going to be and how you can get in contact and come on out and join her.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. My name is Natalie Wade, and I am with the Westside Health Authority. I work with the Good Neighbors campaign, and we do want to let you guys know we are having Stepping with the Seniors. This has been a successful event for us, highly successful. Our next one is going to be December 2nd, and it's going to be at 5437 West Division. We will have food, we will have a live DJ, so come out, socialize, be a part of your community, and bring your seniors out.
Is that neck bones and potatoes?
Neck bones, potatoes, greens. Yes.
So you all come on out. That's going to be December 2nd. What time is that?
So it's going to be at 1 p.m. I do apologize. It is going to be at 1 p.m. It is free entry, and you are able to bring someone along as a stepping partner.
And that's in the afternoon, so you all can come out. It'll still be daylight out there on that Friday, and all of the young people will be out your way, and you go in there and have fun, and eat your neck bones, bring your toothpick, and go ahead on and step. We want to thank you all, and that's a wrap. Hi, we're live back again here at Exodus Institute, where we're bringing a couple of more guests down. We're going to have them introduce themselves and say what they happen to be here for, and some of the stuff is pretty good because we're going to have some food going on one of these young ladies talking about this stuff going on. So introduce yourself and tell us what you've prepared.
Hello, my name is Martina Riley, and I volunteer here, and I love to cook. So I'm going to have a delicious meal for you today, which is what we need is some hot soup, cornbread. We have, and you can have hot dogs, and we have some fruit cocktail for dessert. We have some sweet tea for you. And whenever you all are ready, we have this every Wednesday after the broadcast. Thank you very much.
And thank you. So you all heard the menu. She's going to be back there serving. Now listen, they're already trying to fight over this food back there. They're getting all excited, trying to get back there and get some cornbread and soup. Now, what she didn't mention was that we do it every Wednesday. We have something for our guests to come out and be a part of our program where we do things here for the neighborhood and the community. And we happen to have Miss Sandra here, and she's here with a couple of things up here on the table, and she's writing things down as we're speaking here. So, Miss Sandra, are you ready to tell them why you're here and what you do here? Tell them what you do here at Exodus.
Everything.
Oh, well, keep that mic with you and tell us what.
No, I'm here right now representing SafeLink. They're here at the table. They're pretty busy, so they brought out the tablets and the phones. They're free phones. The tablets are $11. And they provide a great service. They're doing a good job here. And they come pretty often on Wednesdays. We will have a sign out front in the future letting you know some of the guests or, you know, when we have guests here. Also, we're looking for other categories. One are photographers, seamstress, designers. If you know someone, let them give us a call. Okay, you can call me temporarily at 773-719-3278 if you know someone in those fields or doing business. Thank you.
Give that number once again. Give that number one more time. Give that number. My number. That's all right. Just give it so they can.
Okay. My number the final time is 773-719-3278. Thank you.
And we also happen to have some good things over that they're doing at Good Neighbor Campaign, the West Side Health Authority at 5417 West Division. They got a lot of free services that they're sitting back doing, and they happen to have some job placement, resume building, mentorship, all kind of programs with health and different things. They help with Social Security cards and other orientations and things that they're doing. And they got community meetings and groups and all kind of health programs over here that they're actually doing. They have the Health is the New Wealth program. That's what the Good Neighbor program, where they're doing some health care services to get you insured and to help you with your health. And we're so proud to be a part of that campaign with the Good Neighbors over there with the Westside Health Authority. And Sandra, are you gonna mention how you bring in people to come and how you reach out to schools and other services and different things and what you actually do over here with Exodus, and the reason that you were telling those people to get in contact with you that you're about to do a fashion show or something like that, and give us a date. Well, just give us what you do.
Yes, I anticipate doing a fashion show with the youth and young adults and seniors. So if you like to model, and we will also be giving away some of the garments free. And we will be contacting the schools in the next day or two. It'll probably be close to Christmas. We'll have a date by next week. But I do want to talk about McNair School. I was there last Monday at an event, and I think we need to support them. That's one I want to put on our list. I was there, and they were offering trips to see the new Black Panther, and it was $12 that included the bus fare. And I blabbed it out before I knew it. I said, look, we're going to support you and get some tickets to see Emmett Till. So that's a project I'm going to take on myself. And we want to get them over here. We have had a counselor or a teacher from McNair School. We've had Pope, he's a teacher there, and he's an artist also. And I just like what they're doing at that school. So we'd like you to help us support that school also.
That's Wakanda forever, ladies and gentlemen. And so she's doing a great work in our neighborhood and community. You all come on down. We're going to try to have these phones here every Wednesday and these tablets. Come on down. Get the phones are free. The tablets are $11, like she said. It has nothing to really do with Exodus, but we're trying to offer the community as much knowledge as they possibly can. So once again, come on out every Wednesday, 12 o'clock, and join us. And thank you, and God bless.